All right, go ahead.
What's your name?
Antonio Davis.
Antonio Davis.
Yes, sir.
I met this morning in the park, and he's talking about gentrification in the Sistrunk area. He has a third-generation home on 6th Court over here, right behind Betty's and between Fat Boy's Barbecue. And he came up this morning, not knowing who I was, and said, "What are we going to do about gentrification?" And we had a conversation. And I asked him where he lived. He told me. I asked him, was his mother and grandmother still living? They're deceased. And we talked about how do you transfer wealth, or how do you transfer property from one generation to the next. Well, his grandmother died 15 years ago. His mother died, I think, a few years ago.
No, 15 years ago.
15 years ago as well. The property was never taken out of grandma's name. So in these cases, we have to engage with a lawyer to fight the state, for your right to claim that property, so you can go downtown for Broward County and get a homestead exemption on it, so your taxes aren't as high. Yes, it costs money. It's going to cost you some time, but it's no happenstance you walked into me this morning.
Oh, I know.
I'm going to put you in the right hands of the people. Some they won't charge as much, some may charge, but you're going to be able to make the bottom line decision is whether or not you want to place a claim on your grandmother's house.
I don't. As
your inheritance, or your sister, or one of your siblings. You need to figure out what it is you want to do to control that destination, because that's not gentrification.
That is.
When you fail to be responsible about something you want.
You blaming me.
Transfer. Hold on, let me finish. You ask a question.
But you pointing the finger at me now.
All the information you need.
You pointing the finger at me, so I'm
transfer your grandmother's home to whomever you like. You're an heir to that property.
I know that.
So you have the rights. The only way you can exercise your rights is engaging with a lawyer.
That it doesn't work like that.
Yes, I'm gonna give you a lawyer.
No, I don't want it.
Okay.
Well,
you don't want a lawyer?
No, because here's the reason why. Right now, you could go to that estate. Right now, there's a lawyer on that with my sister.
You and your sister are fighting over.
No, I'm not fighting over nothing.
So what's your issue?
My sister has a lawyer
to do what?
To receive her property.
It's not your property?
It's my grandmother's property.
So why don't you have a claim to it?
The reason why, because at the end of the day, if I put a claim to it, it's like we arguing over the property, and I know what the judge is going to do.
Your sister?
Always.
Okay. Then.
But there's more problems to it. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. When my grandmother died, there's been at least 6 lawyers on this particular probate case as is. 6.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Are the taxes paid up?
They have been up until 2023.
So they're going to be paid this year?
I don't know. My sister doesn't seem to have the money to do it. And that's the problem.
That is a big, huge problem.
And
not a big, huge problem, but a big, huge problem.
A huge problem. But the biggest problem is the property is still in my grandmother's name.
That's what I said at the beginning of this interview.
Exactly.
So if you don't get it untangled through the court system...
They won't untangle it. They're refusing to untangle it.
Who is refusing?
The courts. The courts are refusing...
I'm going to give you a number to call. And we're going to sift through it. I can't promise you anything, but we'll sift through it and see if I can give you some better answers. How about that?
We could do that.
Fair enough?
That's the best thing I've heard.
Mr. Davis?
Yes, sir.
Young man.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Y'all heard what he said in the video, right? Y'all heard everything he said. He basically was saying everything that I've been saying for the last few years, right? Now, I want y'all to know something. These people are weird. When I say weird, these people are weird. Like the county commissioners, the city commissioners, all these people, they are weird. They know who I am already. I emailed him before, so he already know who I was. I emailed other I emailed him when he was a city commissioner, and I've been emailing other county commissioners, and I've been trying to make contact with them over these last few years. They know who I am. There's no doubt they don't know who I am. But here's the thing. He knew my grandmother's estate has been, like, my grandmother died 15 years ago. He knew that before I even told him, right? He knew all about all the things that he was talking about. He knew about that before I even told him. Me and him only had like a 30-second conversation. And even in that conversation, he was telling me stuff, right? So he already knew who I was. There's no mistaking that. For whatever reason, I think they believe that I'm retarded or something. They don't think that I know things. I don't know what the fuck they got going on. But here's what I know. And I'm going to get to the point. My grandmother's estate was open in 2009 and shut in 2015. I came back home in 2021 after being arrested, Baker acted and all that shit. I came back home, reopened the case in 2021 through subsequent administration, right? Basically what I was telling the court, my sister and my cousin did not administer the probate case properly, right? The courts told me basically that I was a lie and they shut me down from representing my grandmother's estate. That's what I was asking them to do. I was asking them if I could represent the estate so I could close it properly. They say, nope, you can't. So I ended up suing these people, all this other stuff. They say, you wrong. We're going to ignore what you just said. You need to get a lawyer, right? And I'm like to myself, I'm not getting a lawyer because if I'm telling you what's wrong with the case, what is a lawyer going to do? He's going to go by my word, and then we're going to pay a lawyer to do what I said to begin with. I'm not doing that. That's something I'm not doing. And then I know they're going to use, if I get a lawyer, my sister get a lawyer, they're going to make it seem like we fighting each other, and what's going to happen is they're going to take the property. I'm not doing that either. Now, what I did do is I sat back and I allowed my sister to get a lawyer. Now, would you believe this? I reopened the case in 2021 stating that they didn't do everything properly, right? 2023, my sister's lawyer says the same exact shit that I said, and the case is reopened. And now, my sister is now the representative of the estate. That's crazy, ain't it? That's crazy how they blocked me from becoming the representative just to give it to my sister. Now, my sister has been the representative the whole time of them fucking up the case. So the whole time this fucked up probate case been in, my sister is one of the ones who they have as the secondary personal representative. I can't make this shit up. Now, at the end of the day, I don't know what the fuck they got going on. These people are weird. Like, they are really weird. Like, I don't know what the fuck. Like, it's like every time they do something with this case, they let me know what they're doing. And it's like, I think from my perspective, it seems as though they're trying to make me jealous of my sister and want to fight my sister for this case. Y'all are weird. I don't give a fuck about this case. Like, you all are absolutely weird to me. Because who does all this shit? I'm homeless, sleeping outside, got trespassed from my own house, got beat up, all because y'all don't want to admit that you were wrong. That's crazy. That's some crazy work right there. Deuces.